What's up, everybody, and welcome to the third annual Ability 360 Independence Cup presented by Q90, streaming live with Rocket League teams from across the country and around the world. My name is Rhino. It's a pleasure to be with you, and I am joined by one of my good friends, one of the best in the business. It's Monkey Shines. Monkey, how are you?
Fantastic. I mean, here with you, of course, but a fantastic event, fantastic cause as well. We're going to see some absolutely amazing Rocket League. Could not be more happy to be here.
Oh, and boy, do we have some great Rocket League for you. We've got a full day of pool play ahead as teams battle it out to secure their spot in tomorrow's double elimination bracket, where they'll be fighting for a shot at the prize pool and, of course, some bragging rights. But this event is much more than just esports. It's about supporting competitive athletes with disabilities through Ability 360, an Arizona-based nonprofit that empowers people with all types of disabilities to live an independent lifestyle within our community through a variety of programs and services, which also include national-level adaptive sports. Every donation raised this weekend goes toward travel costs for those athletes, covering flights, hotels, and accessible transportation so they can compete across the country. So if you're watching, do your part. Donate now at ability360.org/donate or share the stream with everyone you know online. Let's raise some funds and show these athletes we've got their backs. Big thanks to Q90 for being our sponsor, of course, and shout out to our booster sponsors, Bank of America, Guild Mortgage, Gust Rosenfeld, and Ryan Companies. Now, let's get into the action. Day one pool play starts right now, Monkey Shines, and we have got a doozy. It is Potato Auto Club taking to the stage first to play against Rebellion.
The thing I like as well, Rhino, about these pool stages as well, there's chaos, there's curiosity, there's a little bit of everything, and sometimes we have absolutely no idea what in the world is happening, whether it's on the pitch, whether it is in the brackets. It's a lot like when I open my mouth on these streams, but we come into this one, 3:45 left to go in game number one. Rebellion, my goodness, taking out some frustrations here in the early going.
Yeah, they certainly do seem to be. 5-1, they lead Potato Auto Club as it stands. But of course, there are 3 minutes and 40 left. A couple of people will be seeing the new game released just a couple of weeks, well, I guess it's a couple of months ago now, Rematch, which has a mercy rule. This game would already be over. However, in Rocket League, no such rule, and we'll get things back underway. Rebellion moving inside. This is Zen moving over to the left-hand side. Notice we've got Zen and Exotic playing for Rebellion. I do not believe that is the Team Vitality players, Monkey Shines. I'd be shocked if
Maybe, but I mean, you can't just go on Rocket League and lie. That's not how this works. Absolutely not. But as my colleague said, plenty of time to be able to come back from that. So you don't necessarily think in terms of moral victories just yet. However, we'll say these are best of threes. So, unlike a standard best of five or even best of seven, you don't really have time to do much else than dance with what brought you here in the first place. So, it's hard to say here in the early going, is that one able to get back down? And right now, Rebellion, I gotta wonder if they are looking to open a travel agency here. We are one single solitary goal away from La Brasilia. But Potato can certainly come back, like I say, be able to get something positive here, find some positive momentum here over the next 243.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fascinating to see this team as well, because, of course, Potato Auto Club, this is, I believe, their third year participating in, and it's a full team, all who have their own individual disabilities. They are all playing as part of Ability 360. They are fantastic. Unfortunately, this one is not going their way, but we thank them for supporting the Independence Cup for 3 years right now. And while they are going to be opening up that travel agency, Rebellion are at least, we are going down to Brazil on the beaches of Rio de Janeiro, which honestly, being in the UK right now, and I understand over with you Monkey Shines right now, it feels it with the heat that we've got right now.
And it does, in fact, it is it's quite in fuego. Out there on the pitch, out there hidden, pretty much everywhere right now. However, the action out there, equally as hot. But 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left to go in this one. Potato Auto Club looking to find something to build off of, like I say, but Exotic passing out the demo memo there in Rebellion. You gotta wonder if they are now at a point not only do we go to Brasilia, but you got to wonder as well, are we looking at quite possibly the 10-piece here? And they are certainly spacing out a great deal here, Rhino. I mean, the rotations a fair bit wider, I think, than we normally see.
Yeah, they do seem to be, as you say, spreading out that little bit more, not necessarily supporting each other, but at the same time, it's not necessarily a bad thing if you are in this kind of position, you know, you just kind of trust in your teammates, trust in the ability, and that looks like Zen has decided, or maybe not decided, to sit a little idle at the moment, so there's going to be an option here for Cole. It will be, well, pushed away, but they do find something. Potato Water Club get a little bit of momentum on the board, at least moving forward.
It's a curious strategy. Lulling them into a false sense of security, quite possibly, is Potato Auto Club be able to knot this one up in 123, maybe a few kickoff goals, 1, 2, 3, something like that. But like you said, Zen just kind of chilling out over there, which I believe makes it a 3v2, at least for the moment. Excuse me, you know, Zen able to get back in time. I think I don't know if there's a disconnect, the view of a squirrel, but ultimately Exotic going to be able to grab that 6-goal lead right on back. Buck 13 left to go. It does appear that Rebellion indeed has this one locked down right now. The question now is, what is the end deficit going to be?
Certainly does feel that way. 8-2. We've been to Brazil. We've also been to Barcelona now officially as part of this event. And well, Potato Water Club made that a whistle-stop tour of the Spanish city. They immediately bring us back to 8-3, a 5-goal deficit. Still quite a lot to deal with for Potato Auto Club, but they've proven they can score against a tough opposition in Rebellion.
Indeed. And again, this is something where we talk about moral victories, what you can learn from that. At least they get kind of a general idea of what they can do here in our next game. And indeed, 8-4 now in favor of Potato Auto Club. And the scores have been pretty quick here, Rhino, so you got to wonder, maybe, just maybe, we could be talking about a tie ball game. I know it will take a fair bit, but as you know, I am always here for the content. The Auto Club might be able to provide us just that.
Maybe a grandstand finish with just over 60 seconds left on the clock. It doesn't look like the Rebellion team are particularly interested in getting there quickly. This does come through. Ball onto the left-hand side now. A little bit of team bumping. And Rebellion might think that this game is all but locked in already. I can tell you that it is not. I've been casting a fair bit of ones recently, and 40 seconds to get 4 goals is not impossible, but 40 seconds to get 5 goals, well, Monkey Shines, that may be a little bit further out of reach, especially in this playlist.
I think we're seeing a little bit of, for those of you who are have an affinity for American football, a little bit of prevent defense. However, one would suggest that people are moving back a little bit. But whomst am I to argue with the strategy of a team that is on the cusp of indeed the 10-piece? So 40 seconds left to go in this one. Rebellion does appear to have this one secured, hanging back there. I do believe 2 of the triumvirate, maybe one more, say, last gasp effort, maybe another opportunity to get on the board there. And D-Double sent it away over into the corner. Rebellion, again, taking their sweet time, hanging back, feeling exceptionally confident. And why would you not in this space? Popped up, looking to get the placement. No, instead pulls it off over into the corner. Maybe just happy to walk away with this victory. However, demolition there by Cole. And we are just 10 seconds left to go here, ladies and gentlemen. But again, Rebellion does appear to have this first game settled in, be able to walk away with a dub here. That one going to roll. And Romer making it 9-5, a solid day's work for Rebellion and Potato. But again, a little bit here at the end, Rhino, that they can feel comfortable about. It does typically help when the opposition is trying to give you a little something. We have seen bumps, we have seen some demos here, but yeah, it's a rough go in the early going for Potato, but ultimately Rebellion does in fact get the 9-5 down.
Yeah, they certainly do. And so there you go. 1 by 4 goals in the end for Rebellion. I mean, they played very well. You cannot dispute what you've seen there on the fields. They even got a little bit of those bad manners out. They started to bring a little bit of the clowny play, we might suggest. But hey, if you get it over the line, who's going to complain? And that's exactly what they did. Remember, of course, this is an open tournament. Anybody from anywhere could apply to be a part of this fantastic event. And that is where we are right now, right? In the pools. You never know what you're going to get, right? It's like a box of chocolates. You pick 2 out. They could be good against each other. They could be very different. You might get the coconut one and the caramel one, right? Who knows? But for us right now, Monkey Shines, the situation is the Rebellion are 1-0 up in the series. These are only best of 3, so one more game. They take a dub in the pool standings.
Well, what I think is even more impressive about that, you saw at the end, Red jumping out there in terms of ping. So the fact that they're able to go out there and play that impressively, I think it really speaks to the talent, speaks to the ability of this Rebellion crew. And we will see if our game number 2 is a mirror image. Of course, game number 1 to game number 2. The game number 1 is the test. The question is, did Potato Auto Club take any notes? In all of 2 seconds into this one, we are talking about a 1-0 situation. However, flat-footed has Rebellion been on that one. So it looks like they're kind of continue. I don't know what page of the playbook that one is, but it might be blank, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And I see Toasty Nana in chat. Potato was making a comeback for a second. Well, the comeback hasn't stopped. The train is still not in the station. They are moving as they take a 1-0 lead in this game number 2, and they'll be looking to maybe take this to a game 3. Rebellion cut that one off early. Zen now trying to make his way through. The goat I know wouldn't be missing that shot, as now this one does come through from Spectre. It's the immediate response, 1-1.
It is the demo goal, kicking this one off for Rebellion. But 436, and right now, of course, you see that swagger, that confidence that Rebellion had coming off of that 9-5 dub, and my goodness, why would you not? Rebellion, we talk about how quickly you do have to settle in these best of 3s, and everything that they're doing working so well. You do not get out to that kind of lead and walk away with that kind of a dub without feeling confident, without being happy with what you were able to do out there. But I do think here in game number 2, at least this early on, we might see a little bit more in terms of team play, and indeed Spectre. No ghosting the situation there, right front and center. Gorgeous tee up as well off the wall.
Yeah, it's nice work from Exotic working in from that left-hand side, getting just enough of it to find the pass into the midfield, but not enough that he gets that pinch that kind of pings across the face of the goal and goes out onto that far side. So the recovery is in from Rebellion. They make it 2-1, but Potato Auto Club, they're not done yet. Ball across the middle will be saved away by Zen, who now goes up that right-hand wall, taking it off the back, looking for a double, finds 2, but finds the wall once more as the ball should be cleared away. Potato Auto Club taking their time with it. One goes by, maybe looking for that fake to bring Romir through, as tries to see up a teammate in the middle. There's no one waiting for it on that far side from Potato Auto Club. The Rebellion will take possession back.
All right, there is a difference between confidence and hubris. Obviously, Rebellion feeling very confident, feeling that they can sit back and challenge and deny and deny and deny, and understandably so. It's got to feel great again after that game number 1 as Exotic pops this one away, has the 100 now, gets bumped as well, but not going to be able to get back on defense, and Exotic making it 3-1 now. So again, continuing on from game number 1, what we did see for a fair bit of that, it does continue. And again, Rebellion, they have to hang back a bit, and so far it's strategy that's been working out for them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there from Cole. Just needed maybe an extra second of warning that ball was coming over the top of him. Needed to get a hand up, and unfortunately wasn't able to. And Zen actually takes a bit of room as well. A miss on the backboard. A double commit off the kickoff as well. Potato Auto Club not being able to do the right things right now. Monkey shines, and Rebellion are capitalizing on that.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle here in the I say in the early going. I mean, it's a game 2 to be fair, but that's the beauty of pool play. I mean, even if things go do right here in these couple of games, doesn't mean Potato Auto Club is done by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, hey, get this out of your system early. But again, back and forth. This one does go literally across the pitch. As Exotic now heading back towards mid, has the mid 100 as well. Sent over as Rebellion does appear to be happy to use the entirety of the pitch to kill some clock. And again, right now, to be fair, I mean, you've given them your best shot, and it has been successful. So I think at this point, Rebellion, maybe happy to just, like I said, kill a little bit of clock, play that hot potato, appropriate level, a little bit of hot potato, and maybe walk away with the dub here in game number 2.
Yeah, it's nice to think about it as well, isn't it? This is not the first time in an Independence Cup by Q90 that we've seen a professional player game attack before, and on that occasion, it actually was the man himself, Wavy, coming through with TSM last year in the Independence Cup. Went on to win the thing because, of course, they did, because they're a professional esports team. But that's what the open format does, right? You get people from everywhere, and at this particular moment, Rebellion 5-1 up, as we say. We do not believe it to be Team Vitality, of course, but they are absolutely laying the smackdown on Potato Auto Club right now, Monkey Shines. It's looking a little rough out there, and there's still over 2 minutes left to go in this game.
It is, and they have been far more ground-based, I think, than we would expect Vitality to be. But Exotic going out there, bringing a little bit of aerial work, and Zen, like you said, the one, the only, quite possibly, some would argue the best player in the game. Not going to be able to get that touch, however. Unfortunate placement, but Potato Auto Club, it has been a struggle left, right, front, and center. The bumpage there is Exotic playing a little cheeky there, cuts back, does have the mid-100, I do believe. That one gets away, going to be able to corral, however, is Rebellion looking for the 100 again over in the corner. Exotic going to be able to get it, coming across mid, 66 in tank, popped away, however, and indeed, Rhino, Rebellion looking very, very solid, very, very comfortable, looking to take this win. 5-1 right now, may very well be headed back to Brasilia. Unfortunately, those tickets, I think, non-refundable, but may have that option here yet again. And indeed, we're getting feisty out there. Zen getting the worst of it. However, that does not result in points, unfortunately, for Potato Auto Club. Hey, the feistiness, the bully ball, maybe if it did, we've been talking a little bit closer than 5-1, but alas, we are not, is now Rebellion. Nudge on over to the corner, loops around, has the 100. Again, they opt to slow play this one.
I know that bully ball is a style that you hold near and dear to your heart, Monkey Shines, and this one flies into the top right corner. Exotic makes it 6-1, and the travel agency may be reopening very, very soon, inside the next 60 seconds potentially. But of course, there is still plenty of time to find a couple of other goals. Potato Auto Club just not being able to get back up to the kind of ability and the solid play that we saw towards the end of game number one for them. And this is going to be another opportunity. Apologies, we are just getting a little bit of frame drop, but don't worry, the ball did get cleared away. It will now be Cole trying to make it difficult for the Rebellion boys in the corner, but 40 seconds left, he's not able to do so, and it looks like Rebellion will be taking their first win in pool play.
When we talk about bully ball, I think we're seeing more apathy ball, laissez-faire ball, dare I say, as we're just south of 30 seconds here. And again, Rebellion, I don't know that I want to say taunting per se, but they are more than happy, like I say, to go from wall to wall, from horizontal, vertical, any direction that we may require in this case. Spectre instead, oh my goodness, looking to tee up for an own goal there, I think. I say keep away at this point, just stop hitting yourself, is Rebellion saying. 2 seconds left to go in this one. I do believe they may let that one touch. It is an attempt at a power friendship pinch, and ultimately Rebellion looking incredibly good. I think going into this next one, what was that? I think a grand total of 14-5, if math does not escape me. 14. Okay, fair enough. 14-6.
Yeah,
a solid outing. Yeah.
Oh, a very solid outing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, it could be any number, to be honest with you, because I'm not 100% sure. But there we go. Was Rebellion taking down Potato Auto Club, and they do so very, very convincingly. We'll be back with another pool play game very shortly. These teams fighting for a prize pool of $975. Who will take one more step towards Championship Sunday? Find out after this.
The third annual Independence Cup would not be possible without the support of our presenting sponsor, Q90. Q90 provides accessible technology solutions to those with disabilities across the nation, assisting centers for independent living with documentation tools. Their user-friendly tracking and reporting helps to ensure that people, not paperwork, are the focus. Burnout and stress are less with a simple management system from Q90. Since 1993, Q90 has served over 240 centers for independent living across 56 states and territories and hopes to continue their work for decades to come. Ability 360 would like to thank Q90 for helping fuel our 2025 Independence Cup. The third annual Independence Cup presented by Q90 is made possible with support from Rhine Companies. Founded in 1938, Rhine Companies builds spaces where people thrive. Their support for Ability 360 reflects their commitment to inclusive communities, empowering individuals of all abilities to live independently and engage in life fully, building a future that's more accessible, equitable, and welcoming for everyone. Thank you to Rhine Companies for helping fuel the 2025 Independence Cup. For over 40 years, Ability 360 has provided a vast array of programs and services to support the independence of people with disabilities under our three key pillars: advocacy, independence, and equality. As a nonprofit organization and the state's largest center for independent living, we offer group and one-on-one services that focus on ability versus disability. Ability 360 aims to provide opportunities for people of all ages with all types of disabilities. Some of our programs include information referral, peer support, non-medical based home care services, sports and fitness programs, home modifications, and employment services. To learn more about our services and how you can support our mission, please visit our website at ability360.org. The third annual Independence Cup presented by Q90 is made possible with support from Guild Mortgage. Guild Mortgage is dedicated to making homeownership a reality through personalized service and fostering strong, inclusive communities where everyone can thrive and achieve their dreams. Their commitment to community impact ensures that every individual has the opportunity to build a secure and fulfilling future. Ability 360 would like to thank Guild Mortgage for helping fuel the 2025 Independence Cup.
And of course, that is just a glimpse of Ability 360's wheelchair basketball team traveling to compete. It's an essential element to keeping competitive in this sport. Your donation today can help directly support Ability 360's teams and programs, allowing athletes to continue to play, travel, and compete in tournaments. Again, visit ability360.org/donate today. Well, of course, we are back after that little bit of a break. We've got some more games for you. We are going to bring you $100 versus Acid Paradox. Now, Pool 4 was a little bit of a weird one. There were quite a lot of DQs in that first round, but this one going to be being played. And Acid Paradox coming off of a win as well, Monkey Shine, in those DQs. So
Yes,
they're going to be looking to go further in the pool, but $100 right now, they're on top.
So many DQs. I think I might head out after this one for a Blizzard. However, $100, making it the team hat trick. 2:33 left to go in this one. So Acid Paradox in the early going, but still more than a half of regulation here. And again, right now, when you're in these situations, you don't necessarily worry about scoring the 4 that you need, right? You worry about scoring the 3 that you need to take you into an overtime scenario, and there's still plenty of time for that to happen for Acid Paradox.
Absolutely. That 3-0 lead now taking hold, and we're going to go, I guess we're going to go with Period, Hudev, and Hazy on the $100 roster. They're playing incredibly well. Acid Paradox, Peaks, Finer, and Talent. Now, Finer rings a bell, Shines. I recognize that name. I don't know if that's one that sparks something, some kind of thing in your mind. But I feel like I've definitely seen Finer play before in NA. I could be completely wrong with that, but either way, it's going to be $100 to extend out to a 4-goal lead.
Now, it does sound familiar, but one of the now the finer things in life, it is. But one of the finer things in life right now for $100 is that 4-0 lead. So Acid Paradox just right now looking to get on the board if at all possible, but it is clearly a struggle and then some. As now trying to find something to do. That one popped up right in front of $100 net, but no stress necessarily. I mean, back there, oftentimes you might find somebody panicking, but it has spiked sky high multiple times. They do not seem to be stressing, but again, why would you? You know, much of the same situation as Rebellion. You know, they have not gone wanting with regards to scoring, and right now for Acid Paradox, just trying to find something, I think, to humanize their opposition, just trying to find a way to get on the board for something, but pressure right now. My name is $100.
Going to be towards the back post. Hudev getting up and finishing into the top right corner. This pass is everything. Just getting that little extra touch coming off the backboard. And I tell you what, after seeing Rebellion earlier, after seeing what $100 are doing right here, I'm already getting a little bit excited for tomorrow's Championship Sunday. Monkey Shines. We got some good teams rocking here in the Independence Cup. They're playing incredibly well right now.
We do indeed, and this the first class, I suppose you could say, are actually getting through the, I guess that works, getting through the first lessons and everything. Of course, tomorrow, Championship Sunday, where we find out who took notes and who did not. Gorgeous reset, and Udev going to be able to make it 6-0. My goodness, great touch. Trying to get the send away was Acid Paradox, but it was going to be denied yet again. Able to get it past the entirety was Udev, and my goodness, right now, we tick ever closer towards the end of regulation. However, you got to wonder, maybe kind of sort of, maybe there's a 10-piece out here. We shall see. With $100 right now, looking like $1 million.
Coming through again. It's a good save away from Talent this time. It's Talent with a question mark, so I imagine every time I say it, I should go Talent. 40 seconds, as once again, just a little bit of a fringe up on our side. As long as you can see, it's not important for us to see, right? Sometimes. Udev working around from the left-hand side, and the save going to be made by Peaks.
I mean, I'm practically blind without these glasses, so if anything, this is just par for the course. This is actually a step in the right direction, I would say. But 10 seconds left to go in this one. $100 out on top by 6. Acid Paradox not able to crack the goose egg at all just yet. Nobody out there sitting center, not going to be able to make it. 7-0 instead. Oh my goodness, I thought that might bounce on in, but it will continue to be the shutout. And again, in a best-of-3 scenario, right now, Rhino, $100. Like I said, got to be feeling fantastic about this. Able to get a couple of saviors, were they as well. So just across the board, playing exceptionally well. But I got to ask you, in this situation, hey, it's best of 3. You're already down 1. What does the Acid Paradox need to do here in the early going?
Tough question, because you've not scored, right? You've got no momentum coming into game number 2. But I guess my initial reaction is, you got to shore up that defense. You got to make sure that you're not conceding as many goals as you did in that game number 1. Conceding 6 is considered rather high, certainly in 3v3. So for me, I'd kind of try and make it down to that 4-minute mark without conceding, and then trying as many goals. Attack, then try and get on the counter. But short up that, kick things off, and then you can try and move forwards. And we are getting back into this game with 5 fresh minutes on the board. We'll see if they can survive that 60 seconds I mentioned. $100 in the ascendancy early though.
Yeah, I want to say, I will suggest it, because after all, you can't win if you can't score. And again, if you're Acid Paradox right now, you've got to find victories that aren't necessarily on the scoreboard. That one gets away. However, nice pop there. Going to be able to deny fine rebate for $100. And we are able to sneak by one more time. Coming across mid, sent sky high. Both teams just kind of chilling out there. That one not going to be able to get away. So indeed, taking over closer towards the aforementioned 1-minute mark. That one out there not going to be able to get a shot on. However, is $100. It gets away. Who did? Passing out some bumpage for their pleasure. That one not going to be able to get up either. So right now, $100. They have been able to deny time and time again. There have been shots there by Acid Paradox, but again, constantly been denied by this defense. That one gets away as well. Look at rush of Acid Paradox. Look at the cutback now, and not going to be able to. So the opportunities have been there, Rhino, but just not able to result in anything positive. Instead, $100 going to make it a 7-0 run total. Going back to our game number 1. So they did get to the 1-minute mark, but unfortunately not able to get on the board. Still a single solitary score, able to bring this one even.
I was about to get real excited then, I can't lie, because I was like, just get me in as a coach, please. I said before this game started exactly what I wanted Acid Paradox to do. They did it. They succeeded in getting through that 1 minute, and they so nearly scored up the other end. And if they did monkey shine, well, I mean that's me just changing careers right there and then, right? I'm no longer a coach. I'm going to become a coach. Clearly that would have been my calling. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go that way, and now this one coming off the left-hand side. Is he trying to break through? The save not going to make it work. In fact, it's going to find the top left corner. It's going to make the shot look a lot better. And $100 double elite 2-0.
A little bit of sleight of hand there as well, just pulling the defender out of the goal and able to respond with gorgeous placement as well. So now 2-0 on the side of $100. Acid Paradox struggling to score at all. And again, this is a best of 3. So $100 kind of looking at a similar strategy to what we saw previously with Rebellion. Again, taking their time, getting kind of creative. I'd say free play mode, not even that, just I think kind of drawn things out. However, that one sit back down in front of net, not going to be in. So some of the finer defense we have seen from Acid Paradox just yet. However, again, offense coming at a premium, not able to get on the board once this series. Looking for the perfect sweep is $100, and right now it's definitely on the board for them.
There is 2.5 minutes to go. They will lock in their first victory here of the pool stages. This one going over to the right-hand side. Easy going to try and break through. Gets blocked off. That's a shot on. It's hid away once more, but now Talent going to try and move forwards. Looks for the double tap. He's quite going to find it, but they will end up scoring as this one comes off the left-hand side, and it's 2-1.
Indeed, able to rend the deficit in twain. The love from Bussy Sugo there as well. So 2:11 left to go. And this one, 2 on one side of the board, 1 on the other, appropriately enough. And right now, Rhino, I have to talk about humanizing the opposition. There you go. You're able to take a swing, able to bloody the nose a little bit, but need to continue to build on that as that one sent away. And might they, can they, will they will deny at least for the minute. Looking to follow up his punctuation, but being punctual on that shot is not on the table. So just south of 2 minutes here. That one's sent away. However, that one will find the back of the net. Hudev going to be able to make it a 2-goal game yet again. And who dat? Right now we are talking about $100 yet again.
Yeah, Hudev going through, getting a finish and making it 3-1, extending back to that 2-goal lead for $100. And hey, we've made the joke earlier that they look like $1 million, but I'm going to say it again because they do look really good when they go forwards. That defense does look a little bit shaky when it is tested from time to time. They have conceded, of course, in this game. However, they are looking very, very good when they do get into that final third, and they look deadly as well. So, potential early contender is emerging for the Independence Cup 2025, our third edition of course. As Finer now moving off the right-hand side to bring this one through, cleared away by $100, and we start to tick down to 60 seconds remaining. And Acid Paradox, they need to convert defense into offense real soon.
I think here in these early goings as well, whether it's Swiss, whether it's pool play, you can definitely identify the teams that have a level of synergy, whether it's playing really, really fast, really, really aggressive. But another one you look for is really, really fluid. And those are the teams that they feel confident in setting things up on the side, in the middle, center field, anything at all, from the sky, from the low, every single thing. And those are incredibly, incredibly dangerous teams, because that's where, you know, panic not really on the table. So you have to find a way to disrupt that, whether it is bumps, whether it is demos. And right now, Acid Paradox struggling to do that, only scoring once in this series, a grand total of, I think, was it 9-1, 10-1 going back? No, it wasn't 10-1, big pardon, it was 9-1. I was actually paying attention. You do, in fact, love to see it. But south of 30 seconds left to go in this one. Looking for one more setup, looking for a shot. I'm not going to be able to get it. Nobody there to take it. As now able to grab the mid-100. Quite possibly Acid Paradox looking for one more, but that one bounced awry. As again, $100. Just looking to run the clock out, I believe. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It is called habit, sir. It is called habit, good sir. Okay, so 4-1 in favor of $100, and and they will be advancing on. Able to get the sweep, not perfect, but I'm sure they will take
Thrifty and 100x35, man.
Yes.
What a team, what a roster. But there you have it. That is going to be 2-0 going the way of $100. They've started their journey in Pool 4 with a win. Can they continue that? They need, I think it's another 5, I should say, before they have locked in that full 100% sweep. But we'll see if they're able to do it. We will be back once again after this short break with another game here in the Independence Cup pool stage. We'll see you in just a moment.
The third annual Independence Cup presented by Q90 is made possible with support from Bank of America. Bank of America's investment in communities extends further than their financial support locations. Whether it's supporting local nonprofits like Ability 360 or lending to small businesses that keep our economy running, Bank of America is committed to keeping our community healthy, stronger, and connected. What would you like the power to do? Ability 360 would like to thank Bank of America for helping fuel our 2025 Independence Cup. The third annual Independence Cup presented by Q90 is made possible with support from Gust Rosenfeld. With over a century of legal excellence in Arizona, Gust Rosenfeld draws upon their long-standing experience in a variety of practice areas for clients ranging from Fortune 100 companies to public entities, private-held companies, and individuals. Gust Rosenfeld is honored to have a firm partner serving on the Ability 360 Board of Directors, furthering their commitment to the mission. Thank you to Gust Rosenfeld for helping fuel the 2025 Independence Cup. Ability 360 is Arizona's largest center for independent living. For over 40 years, we have been providing programs and services that promote the independence of people with disabilities. From non-medically based home care services to home modifications, peer mentors, and our vast array of sports and fitness programs, our focus is to ensure a full circle of support. Visit ability360.org today to learn more about our services and opportunities to get involved with our mission.
my name is Melissa Mogensen, and I am Jax and Mason's mom. They started playing power soccer back in October. I mean, it's just opened up this whole new level of independence and love for sports. They used to play regular soccer, and then they were diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and now they're both in power wheelchairs, and there aren't a lot of power wheelchair sports. Power soccer is one of the only ones, and when they got in those chairs and they realized they could spin around and go super fast and just have a good time with others, they just fell in love, and now we have been here every Monday since, and some Fridays. So it's been really incredible to watch and see them just kind of grow and learn a new sport. I mean, I feel like it's so important just to be sure they're included and that they have a normal life. There's so many things that they're not included in, and for them to come to this gym, first of all, and just feel so included, like they could do everything that everybody else gets to do, is just, it's a feeling you can't really explain, really. It's just so incredible, really.
Power soccer is a great sport. As you can see, this is one of the many impactful programs that is in need of funding support for travel and transportation costs. You can help Ability 360 keep these opportunities available to all who are interested, opening new possibilities for athletes like these two brothers. If you would like to donate, use the QR code during our intermissions or visit ability360.org/donate. Today, me and Monkey Shines are back on your screen, which means we've got some more Rocket League to bring you. It is going to be Valkyrie Esports versus the Todd Fan Club. And Monkey Shines, so far, we've seen some pretty one-sided affairs. This one, I was hoping to say is not going to be the same, but looking at the scoreline as we dip in here, looks like it may be a little bit rough.
Indeed, we've seen some David versus Goliath situation, and Goliath is taking everything personally apparently today. But one thing we have not seen is a fine comeback. One thing we have not seen is after that game one, to be able to see a great response. And I know that Valkyrie Esports, I know that they are capable of that. But right now, again, trying to find something to take on over into game number two. That one over going to touch Todd Fan Club, however, able to get that dub. So again, one thing that I want to point out as well, Todd Fan Club. We've talked about, a little bit behind the scenes about 1v1 aficionados. You got Cam out there, and if there's anybody familiar with that scene, it would be Cam. So can't afford him to get the opportunity for those 1v1 scenarios on a breakaway. Other than that, I mean, to be fair, 4-1, a bit of a tighter ball game than we've seen, kind of, sort of. So we're taking steps in the right direction, to be fair.
We are. We're going the right way. And Todd Fan Club right now, they already have the 2-0 victory in this pool. They beat FF Brotherhood earlier, and it will now be an opportunity to take down Valkyrie, who also are currently undefeated. That may change if Cam has anything to do with it. He comes up the left-hand side, backboard, double touch, Camster. That is beautiful. What a way to start game two.
Indeed, say his name and he appears. I often do believe in Cam, and there you go. So all of 6 seconds off the board here. Todd Fan Club able to get back on the board here yet again. So right up in front of Netkazi, gonna make it 2-0. So Todd Fan Club not wasting any time. Already have a couple, and we are only 13 seconds here in regulation.
Yeah, you made that comment when I was taking a drink, so the claps were a little bit delayed. Apologies.
A little delayed, yeah.
That. You're my people. But here we go then. Valkyrie Esports represented by Benji, Ombre, and Nathan on that blue side. Top Fan Club, got Camster, Kazi, and Gia. Arguably one of the favorites based on what we've seen so far, as this ball comes across the left-hand side, cleared away by Ombre for the moment, and just missed on the halfway line for Valkyrie Esports. Now Top Fan Club, it's a redirect from Camster. Gear looks for a reset as well, but this one will be dealt with and sent clear by Valkyrie.
So 2-0. Looking to get about a minute in. Valkyrie looking to get on the board for what would be the second time this series, but Kazi now might possibly on the cusp of the hat trick. 4:13 left to go here. Marvelous setup as well by Cam. Right now it is the Cam and Kazi show.
Very good. Very good, you. That's That's a nice one. I wasn't even going to make that connection, but he gets paid, folks. He gets paid for what he does. He's very good at what he does. This one comes off the near side. Kazi moving from the left-hand side, trying to get there. Ball cleared away for the moment, but off the backboard, 2 Todd Fan Club players go for it. They're having a little bit of fun out there, Monkey Shines. They're enjoying themselves. Kazi sent back on cleanup duty. Not doing too good a job right now. Gets demoed as well. Valkyrie Esports tried to get a way back into this game, but she's not found it yet.
One thing that we have seen time and time again is we have seen one of these teams, traditionally the one that's been absolutely stomping, is the team that is having fun. And that is so big of an element, I feel, in championship teams, the one that can actually go out there. And I appreciate competitive nature. Absolutely, I do. But we talk about fluidity, we talk about good comms. Ultimately, the teams that can go out there and actually enjoy themselves, because at the end of the day, Rocket League is a video game, tilting sometimes, yes, absolutely, but still. And if you've got players out there, if you've got teams out there that can enjoy themselves, and indeed, Camster got to be enjoying himself on that one. 3 shots, 2 goals, and an assist to his credit. So now, both Kazi and Kim looking to quite possibly tip them if they got one.
Time to choose, folks. Who gets their hat trick first? Is it going to be Camster? Is it going to be Kazi? You know that they're going to be fighting for it as well, because, as we say, they're enjoying themselves out there. Now comes around, it's Nathan, he's going to get beat. There's an opportunity for Camster to take the win, but saved away by Ombre, who now moves down that right-hand side, ball into the middle, cleared away by the Todd Fan Club. Backboard won't necessarily be hit. It's a nice pass to back post. Kazi just overdrove that a little bit. He looks for the redirect into the middle. Benji takes a shot, it's wide, and it's still even dealt with by the Todd Fan Club as they try to clear that line.
And one thing to remember, of course, is the gear not there for documentation for posterity. Looking to get on the board quite possibly himself. But right now, Valkyrie Esports struggling to get on the board here yet again, as has been the case. That hookshot not going to be able to get instant strike down center. No, it's not going to be there either. Caster maybe looking for a redirect. Son along now has the 100 on rotation as gear opts to pull off of it. And it has been kind of a 2v3 situation as gear quite cheeky with that roll tactical backflip, as maybe looking for a demo there, but Valkyrie indeed got to be able to get on the board, cut through with the demo. And we're talking 4-1 here yet again, but the taunting, it has begun, I guess, continued properly. We haven't got there entirely into game number 1, but I do believe Todd Fan Club, they feel very confident they have this one in hand.
I mean, that's great work. Benji comes through, makes sure to make the challenge. Hang on a moment. Just goes wide off the kickoff for the Todd Fan Club. So Valkyrie, they've got a goal. They've got something to hang on to, and they're only down 3. There is definitely an opportunity here. But you were making that point about Gear earlier, that he's not here to make up the numbers. I totally agree with that. I mean, you've got to think about it this way, right? Like, every good Rocket League team in history, pretty much, throughout the entire 10 years of the game's kind of playtime, they've always had a good third. They've always had someone who has been able to kind of clean up the back lines, make those saves, make those more defensive plays, and be very strong in that moment, so that thereafter their strikers can go and do things like that. It might be an opportunity, it goes over the bar. Top Fan Club reset again, but the one that comes to my mind, right, is I've been watching a lot of APAC this season. Been like, there's Gear coming through with a goal. There you go. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about obviously APAC and Catalysm, who plays for Virtus Pro and of course Luminosity, coming through as that third man both at the majors and in the regular season. He might not get the same statistics that Sphinx and Sosa do, but he is still there with a big part of the team, making sure they don't concede many goals, and that's such an important part of a Rocket League team.
It is, and I think the term role player is something that is looked on with disdain and maybe taken as a bit of an insult. But ultimately, I guess the question is, would you rather have the hat trick plus every single game, or would you rather have the dub? Would you rather collect championships and trophies and things of that sort? So really testament to what those individuals can do. And ultimately, if you are able, like you say, if you're able to play tremendous defense and deny, which Kazi indeed gonna be able to get that hat-trick. 6-1 now in favor of Todd Fan Club. Kazi right now doing a little bit of everything, gets deleted, but the sacrificial shot, and my goodness, we are talking about a 5-goal deficit. We have seen a couple of trips to Brasilia. Might we see one more?
Well, there is obviously the opportunity for that, and it's going to be Kazi looking for the pass back. Cam chasing his hat-trick. They look for it here with a redirect. Gear can't find it either, but maybe it's worked to the fake. The clearance will come through. Kazi onto the right-hand side. Going through the air, gets the reset. That right-hand corner. Nathan doesn't get there at the angle. Camster! Well, you'd be a fool to bet against him. 7-1 with 30 seconds left. Ton Fan Club have sent us the wonderful South American country of Brazil.
Indeed, and one more space on the rack gets occupied. Tip him if you got him. It is yet another hat trick. So Gear getting involved. However, both Kazi and Cam able to get 3 apiece. And again, going to be able to advance here, I do believe, in pretty easy fashion. But Valkyrie able to get on the board once, maybe one more for us. No, there is Cam. Not going to be able to follow up on that one. Instead, set away. But Valkyrie so many times pressed upon their own goal line. Meanwhile, Todd Fan Club happy to handle it, happy to take it all the way back, happy to reset on their side of the pitch and then just rush up, daring Valkyrie to be able to do anything to deny them, to do anything to rush up on the opposite half. Not going to happen. Instead, indeed, we will be headed to South American Todd Fan Club, advancing on, and now the glasses are on, so you know we are vibing.
When we go on a trip, whether that be to Brazil or Barcelona, you know the shades are gonna come out. We're treating ourselves to a little bit of a holiday, and I hope you guys are all treating yourselves to your wonderful weekends. You've got some great Rocket League to watch. That game is over, but we've still got more to follow. The pool stage for the Independence Cup for Ability 360 will continue after this short break. See you in a moment.
With over 30 years of experience in assisting centers for independent living, Q90 has long been an advocate for inclusivity and independence. The third annual Independence Cup presented by Q90 is made possible with support from Rhine Companies. Founded in 1938, Rhine Companies builds spaces where people thrive. Their support for Ability 360 reflects their commitment to inclusive communities, empowering individuals of all abilities to live independently and engage in life fully, building a future that's more accessible, equitable, and welcoming for everyone. Thank you to Rhine Companies for helping fuel the 2025 Independence Cup. For over 40 years, Ability 360 has provided a vast array of programs and services to support the independence of people with disabilities under our 3 key pillars: advocacy, independence, and equality. As a nonprofit organization and the state's largest center for independent living, we offer group and one-on-one services that focus on ability versus disability. Ability 360 aims to provide opportunities for people of all ages with all types of disabilities. Some of our programs include information referral, peer support, non-medical based home care services, sports and fitness programs, home modifications, and employment services. To learn more about our services and how you can support our mission, please visit our website at ability360.org.
It's got to boom off that wall. Dynamite off a mountain, man. You got to get in and get off. You do each move what you just did there, you got it made. So we got to perfect that every single time, every single time, every single time. To be able to be intricately involved and be a part of someone's success, it's very satisfying for me as a coach. To be able to be intricately involved and be a part of someone's success, it's very satisfying for me as a coach. So I am a few years now doing exactly what I love to do, coach athletes. As a volunteer coach, I work with a lot of triathletes. I'm also fortunate enough to be able to bring some of my own athletes in here. But we come here and we work with athletes in the water, getting them prepared to swim, teaching them how to swim. We've run countless clinics here, one-on-one programs. So I literally cover the entire gamut of the athlete in their preparation. What I get out of coaching people is the satisfaction of watching people maybe be at one level who move up to another level and then move up to another level. Good or bad? No, it's great. I'm really blessed that my father taught me this years ago. He always taught me that you got to give before you get. And I didn't understand that as a young man until I started giving. And then all of a sudden, things start to show up in my world. We give because we believe in what Ability 360 does. I see it, I live it, I know the heartbeat of this place, and that's why we give, and that's why we love to be a monthly contributor here at Ability 360. Anyone who is considering making a donation, I would tell them to come to Ability 360 and experience the environment here, the staff and the people, and I think that will speak volumes, and you'll walk away with a very, very keen sense of saying, this is where I want to be involved, this is where I want my resources and my energy.
Be like Frank and join the High Five monthly giving group. Your contribution will help support the programs and services at the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center. You choose the amount and we'll make sure that every dollar goes back to empowering people with disabilities by giving them the power of community and accessibility through our fully adaptive sports and fitness programs. Become a High Five member today by visiting ability360.org/high5.
Of course, remember, every single dollar raised today goes towards travel costs for our wonderful athletes. Let's see, let's incorporate swimming as well. But we've got some Rocket League back for you, myself and Monkey Shine on the call, and we're able to make it in the first half of game one, Monkey Shines, which is better than we've been doing so far today. Team NM going to double their lead though and go 2-0 up before the half.
The thing that I'm digging here in the early going, right? It's game one, and we're only talking about a 2-goal deficit, right? Because before we went coming on in, and it's been just absolute dominance from one team. Team NM, of course, able to get on the board twice, but solo right now, say struggling to get on the board, absolutely not. They're just saving their energy, no doubt. Looking to sneak that one and follow up their midfield, and I think we could be talking about a Kester Chris and then some, but flopping, not flopping whatsoever. Quite easy in that moment, sent back, fine follow-up. We are talking 3-0, 2:42.
Yeah, we got Team NM represented by Flopper, Justin, and William over on the solo side. Alex, Sulfur, and Drain. We'll start to have a look at what's going to happen here. We are about to get to the half. 3 goals to the good. Go Team NM, who currently are undefeated in the group stages. Beat FF Brotherhood 2-0. Got a DQ win against Team Rakers as well. This is their third game of the day. Meanwhile, Solo, it is their third game of the day as well. However, a little bit of a shifting fortunes for them. 1 DQ victory, 1 DQ loss. This is actually their first game here in pool play today. And at the moment, well, maybe they wish they'd stayed at home with a 3-goal deficit. 2 minutes to go on the clock and a little bit of change. Now, Sulfur looks to take a shot and get them back in the game. The Caster Curse is alive and well in the booth today.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. We totally won't see overtime in this game, I assure you. But Team NM, one thing, like I will go back, one thing that we did see, right? Dominance from one team. But Solo not backing off. Well, we saw a team clearly outclassed time and time again in the specific games that we saw. But Solo, they're not backing down. No, they have the speed, they have the ability that we saw from Team NM, at least early on, and they have plenty of time as well to be able to quite possibly tie this one up. But Team NM able to get out ahead by 3. Does afford them the opportunity to looking to take a little bit more time, looking to sneak that one past, but instead trying to get the send away. That one gets past, but Justin, or not Justin, or they, one way or another, you were talking about it, Justin, not able to get the touch there as that one nudged away back there in net. But Team MM, they continue on.
They do, but with 1 minute 20 and only a 2-goal deficit, Solo just needs to get one on the board, and suddenly this game turns around, and maybe they'll do it now at the angle. Good save at that near post by Flopper. This one comes back into the middle, pushed away by Team NM again, but Solo really aggressive, really trying to find that second goal of the game. Cleared away, picked up by O-Rain, who tries to get this one through over the top. O-Rain comes through, gets a shot off, but it's a save on the goal line. And William makes sure that NM keep their 2-goal lead for the moment.
Gorgeous defensive work right there. Gorgeous defensive work. So we're south of a minute left to go here, but Solo again having difficulty getting off their own half as Floppa not going to be able to get that pass. Instead hanging out there in corner, tactical backflip, not going to be able to do anything with it. Instead pop back there to William. William going to follow up, maybe looking for a double off of this one. Indeed, maybe nothing. Gorgeous doesn't. We've seen that 4-1 score line before, but in this case, that low 50 sent away. William handle the business and then sub. Team NM on top.
Okay, hang on, I'm seeing.
Oh, did you see that too? Okay.
He's in the chat. Name and Justin. So I guess we can't just call him Justin. Is that what we're saying? But
the
I mean,
the antithesis of Justin.
Yeah, the opposite of Justin. The anti-Justin. Either way, he needs to get out of Twitch and get in the game because he has left. Solo might be given a free goal here, cleared away by William. Back in from O-Rain, but it's just going to hit that post. And with 0 seconds on the clock, Team NM will take the victory one way or the other. They might make it 5, they will. It just crosses the threshold. 5-1 Team NM, but do not get this one twist, Monkey Shines. Solo have been right there with them a lot of this game that we saw.
Unfortunately, the scoreboard does in fact reflect the team name. But I also wanted to point out there, my goodness, 10 shots, the hat trick, the savior, doing everything and anything is Williams. So got to find a way to stop him in the second game.
Maybe they will, but of course, when you do get a player on the other side playing at the top of his game, at the top of his level, well, it can be quite difficult to stop him when you try, because quite a few times we've heard casters, presenters say, oh, all you have to do is just make sure Zen can't play the game, right? Like, that's all you gotta do. Just bump and demo Zen and it'll be fine. Doesn't always work out that way, folks. So we'll see if they can get the better of William in this game number 2. Solo, they absolutely need to if they are going to see this one out. And we'll see if they are going to do just that, of course, as we mentioned. We've got pool games happening all over the place, 3 pools, and the one that is the furthest through right now is Pool 3. Valkyrie Esports playing a 1-1 draw right now with Star Nightmare, which is